in terms of preparing to be able to do this, really, since I picked up the instrument. I started when I was 8, and I'm 37, so 29 years, if you think of it that way. In college, this is what we study as brass players. This is our bread and butter. In the same way that string players study and venerate Bach and Mozart and Beethoven, those composers didn't really write orchestrally for the trumpet in the way that they wrote orchestrally for the violin. But Mahler wrote orchestrally for the trumpet the same way that he writes for the other instruments. You know, and that's partly because of the development of the trumpet. I mean, it didn't have valves back when those other composers I mentioned were composing. So Mahler had a lot more options with the color of the trumpet. I think the emotional level is always different with each group, and the way that a conductor interprets the music definitely affects the performance. And Christopher's love and passion for Mahler, I think, is definitely going to come through in the musician's performance. Um, he is. It's written all over his face, his emotion, and that's what we see when we play. So it's impossible not to interpret that, I think, in a really positive way. I think that that's why each orchestra sounds different, because of the musical leadership that you get from the podium. It'll be quite a spectacle, for sure. I mean, the whoever comes to the concert is going to be amazed by the actual feeling of sitting in the middle of all of the sound surrounding, and that's part of the emotion. The emotion surrounding the resurrection itself is that everyone is caught up in God's love and brought to heaven. That's the general idea, in case you didn't know. And so that's an overwhelming thing, that despite, the broken nature and the dark side of our world, that God overcomes that, and that there is always hope